All right, so next we have Tanya Karwaki and Patricia Kuszler.
Well, my project is to look at legal efforts to increase childhood vaccination rates. Next slide. As you know, many states have increasing childhood vaccination exemption rates. Washington is a poster child for this. We have very, very broad exemptions to vaccines, including an extremely broad philosophical exemption, which allows parents basically to check off a box as their kid enters school and never think about vaccination again. In our eastern part of our states, we have as high as 45% vaccine-free children. So one of the issues we're looking at is potential laws that might be able to narrow that exemption a little bit. And recently, Washington has enacted such a law, which encourages, albeit softly, parents to seek pediatrician counseling before they opt for a philosophical exemption. Next slide, please. So we're hoping that we will be able to take a look at our currently permissive laws and see what impact this new provision has, although it is weak, with the idea that we will be able to help our legislature come forward with a more fundamental legal reform that would narrow our philosophical exemption and allow a greater opportunity for parents to make a reasoned decision about when they decide not to vaccinate their child. Next slide, please. We know that that our philosophical exemption is the primary leading type of exemption that is opted for by parents. We think this is because it's so easy, and we're hoping this new law will make it a little bit more difficult. And we're hoping that we can show that this new law will place some barrier upon exemptions so that our kids in Washington will get vaccinated with greater frequency. Next slide. We believe that it's feasible that we'll be able to get more. Of course, Washington is a notoriously reluctant state to place any restrictions on individual liberty. So we don't think it will be easy, but we're hoping that if we take a look at this relatively soft law, that we'll be able to show some fundamental difference in terms of how many parents choose philosophic exemption over having vaccination, and hopefully we'll be able to take that arrow and move it a little bit more to the top. That's my conclusion.